Arthur is a legend of the Canadian Jiu-Jitsu scene and was also the fake white belt in my viral black belt in disguise prank video. Before transitioning to more of a teaching role, Arthur dominated the competition scene out here. At the time, he was one of only a handful of Canadians to reach the podium at Worlds. Despite a large weight advantage, I had my hands full and was completely gassed after the roll. I have tremendous respect for Arthur's skills, and it was an honor to finally get to roll with him again for the first time in over a decade. We slap and bump. We're in a bit of a showdown position, waiting to see who will go first. We both have grips with our arms, but neither have control of the other using our legs. I'm able to shoot my legs in safely and enter into half guard. The objective that I'm trying to achieve is bringing both my legs to the inside of Arthur's legs to gain inside position with both my legs. As Arthur transitions to more of a standing position by placing his right foot on the mat, I get what I need in the form of a shin-on-shin grip. I now switch to a cross-side lapel grip so I can more easily pull Arthur forward. Arthur tries to prevent being pulled forward by firmly holding onto my lapel, but eventually my pull becomes too much, and Arthur's forced to post out. I now pull Arthur even further forward, placing his weight onto his hands, which makes his legs light. And now I can more easily manipulate his legs and hips and get underneath him to take his back. This is one of my favorite moves, and I do it in no-gi as well. In this clip, I push off the armpit and then switch to a reverse underhook and enter into the truck. But here Arthur does a great job defending by keeping his legs straight and not letting me hook my right foot behind his calf. I'm unable to get the truck, and I don't fully have the back either. Arthur is on my lap rather than in my lap, with his hips between my legs. I need to improve position by getting my hips above Arthur's hips. I start to come up to my knees to position my hips above Arthur's, but Arthur is incredibly skilled and knows exactly what I need. So he grips onto my pants and moves his body off center to get my hips away from him. I try to enter the crucifix, but I can't get a good grip on Arthur's arm, as he's doing a great job controlling my leg and hips. As Arthur is working to prevent the crucifix, I go to work attacking his neck. I free my hand, and using my wrist ride, I keep control of his left arm to prevent him from being able to use it to defend. I get a hold of his lapel, but it's not tight enough, so I let go of my wrist ride and use that hand to pull out the slack of the lapel. But to finish, I need to straighten my right arm and get that elbow behind him. I start to, but I don't have enough control of Arthur to keep him immobilized. It's not the best angle to see, but eventually I do, and I get the tap. Guys, stop for a second and check out your current belt. Not your jiu-jitsu belt, your belt's belt. Does it look acceptable? Is it cracking? Is it stylish? And do you feel comfortable wearing it? Is it too big, too small, or falling apart? With Anson belts, you never have to worry about cracking of your belt or an inaccurate fit. Its design, durability, and how fashionable it is are all top-notch. I really love wearing them and wear them all the time now. Which is funny because I never used to wear belts other than my jiu-jitsu belt. Anson belts are made of the highest quality materials and designed with micro adjustments, and they have no holes. With their micro adjustability, Anson belts allows you to have a more accurate fit and easy adjustments on the go. Anson belts are all a one-size-fits-all, and they come with a lifetime guarantee. Plus, they have so many variations of styles, colors, and materials when it comes to their straps or buckles. They're a great gift idea for any age, male or female. Go check out Anson belts now. Click my link in the description below for a special offer. I suggest taking advantage of the great offer for 20% off the box set, which allows you to select either 3 straps and 2 buckles or 2 straps and 3 buckles. We're back in this showdown position. I can feel that Arthur has the advantage with his grip on my pants, which makes it harder for me to shoot my legs in for a guard. So immediately I work to break his grip, but it's too little too late, and Arthur uses it to move my legs out of the way, and he completely clears my legs. But it's not over yet, and to defend, I enter into a ball and try to grip onto him with my feet any way I can. Unfortunately for me, it's not enough, and now I only have my left knee shield in the way to prevent him from completely passing my guard. He now forces my hips to face away from him, and my knee shield is no longer pointing towards him as a result. I need to act fast, otherwise Arthur will be the only guy to pass my guard on YouTube other than Bernardo Faria. So what I do is frame on him with my left arm to create space for my butt to get between us. Now my butt is acting as a frame, and he would need to get in front of my butt first to take my back. I continue to frame on him with my left arm to keep the distance until I'm able to stand up, which nullifies his guard pass. We start again, and again, we're in this showdown type position. Arthur tries for a quick step-through pass, but isn't able to effectively pin my hips before I can circle my legs in to regard. If Arthur would have been able to land his shin closer to my hips as he stepped through, I wouldn't have been able to regard like this, as I wouldn't have been able to lift my hips. That little bit of space saved me. As I try for a quick butterfly sweep, he times it well with a long step pass, but isn't able to completely clear my right leg. Now I have Arthur in quarter guard, and normally I'm pretty good at preventing the backstep, but Arthur again times it well. I start to set up a shoulder crunch sweep. Here's an example of what I was trying to do. But Arthur senses the danger and postures up to avoid it, so I just work on reestablishing a better guard. We battle it out a bit longer from here, but my SD card ran out of space. But good thing I had 2 cameras going that night, and the other camera saved the day. But it missed whatever happened here. And here again, Arthur almost passes. And again, I use a stiff arm, also known as a Heisman. This time, Arthur sits down to his guard, which helps me out, as I'm gassing pretty quickly, and my size advantage will be better utilized on top. My priority is to get Arthur's grips off me, both his hands and feet, as his grips control my mobility. And mobility is the strongest aspect of my game, which is one reason I prefer no-gi these days, as I hate being tied up in guards like lasso and collar and sleeve and unable to move. From here, Arthur does the same thing that I did earlier. He takes a shin-on-shin grip. Now he attacks a knee lever type sweep, but isn't able to fully off-balance me. I need to be very careful in Arthur's half guard, as I know he's a wizard from half guard. He even just released a half guard instructional on BJJ Fanatics, which I'm sure is amazing, and I plan to pick it up ASAP, and so should you. As Arthur reaches behind my back, I drive my head into him to better pin him on his back. This is where I want to be. I play a bit conservative and go slow, but then posture up and take grips for an explosive Toriano pass. Watch how I lift Arthur's upper body. This is forcing his weight onto his hips, and pins his hips to the mat. This makes him unable to circle his legs in to regard. And now I drop down to secure the pass. When I was competing, I was known for my explosive outside passing. Hitting this on Arthur gave me flashbacks to the old days, where I would compete nearly every month. But how gassed and dead I felt after also reminded me of the old days competing, and it's something I don't really miss. Make sure to subscribe to Arthur's YouTube channel and follow him on Instagram, and you can check out Arthur's commentary on this role here.